Okay, subscribe, leave a comment, and click like. So I left my development, made a left on Paper Mill Road, then a right on Limestone Road to come down to meet Ray and Larry at the bus stop. We head down to Milltown Road, made a right on Kirkwood Highway, then a left onto Harmony Hill Road to go to Frank's development, turning into a road that leads to Frank's development right here. It was a very hot day, and it was really miserable at the end of the ride. Now we're on Frank Street. Cars are going to pass me right here. No patience. So I'll mention this later on in the video, but when I head south from my development, in 4 miles I'm in what's called the Piedmont, which is flat terrain from here, from this point, basically all the way to Florida.
There he is.
North of my development is pretty hilly. Now we're coming into the first. There's Larry, because he's speeding up ahead on his e-bike to make sure that he tries to get through this through the gauntlet here on Salem Church Road. This is the first way that we cross Route 95, and it's actually part of Bicycle Route 1. And it's absolutely terrible. And Frank and I are going to do a video on this and highlight the issues with this. There was a fatality last year on this section of road, bicyclists. Was hit by a car. There's a cyclist going the other way. So it's a very used section, despite the fact that it's miserable. And you'll see in a moment. I mean, the bridge is not much they can do with, but you do have a little bit of a shoulder to claim as your own space. The cars are zipping by us here as we make our way down to Old Baltimore Pike. And once you get to Old Baltimore Pike, it's not too bad, because you have bike lanes on Old Baltimore Pike, and then when you jog right onto Salem Church Road, there's another bike lane, so it's okay. But it's just this section of Salem Church Road, as you will see, is absolutely miserable to ride on. And we try to go through this as fast as we can. Now here it's not so bad, because you got a turn lane and it's a little wider, and turn lanes on both sides, and cars can get around you, but pretty soon there's nothing but you and the cars. And this has been brought to the attention of DelDOT for many years, and nothing's been done. All they need to do, you see, in this section here, there's a little bit of a shoulder, maybe a foot, but it rapidly disappears. And all they need to do is to add another foot or two on each side, and then maybe even widen the car lane a little bit, lower the speed limit, and it would be over. Now here you see there's no shoulder whatsoever. You'd have to ride on the white line if you wanted to get through this. Every once in a while I'm pointing to sections of where you have a little bit of a shoulder. And why that was not continued all the way through, I have no idea. I mean, you could ride to the right here, you're not going to fall off the road. This would be fairly easy to widen. There was one saw grate there, as you can see, which may be an issue, but this would not take a lot of money or effort to do. And now once you're in the turn lane onto Route 40, you're okay. So at this point, we jog right onto Route 40, and then make a left back onto Salem Church Road, as you will see, which has a nice shoulder, or bike lane. Now here we're going down Old Baltimore Pike. We're going to make a left on the continuation of Salem Church Road. I think Larry and Ray go by me at this point. Subscribe, click like, and leave comments below. If you have any comments about the safety or the hazards of riding in these parts, let us know. We're trying to get the word out. Again, Frank and I will do a video, a Q&A on Salem Church Road, and to try to highlight the hazards and the dangers that have been present in this section for years, and nobody's done anything about it. Okay, now we're working our way down Salem Church Road. You can see this is a very pleasant area to ride in, because ride on because you have your own space. We're going to take this down to the Route 40 diner, which is at the intersection of Salem Church Road and Route 40. We're going by here Beck's Pond, where I used to do a lot of kayak fishing when I first started kayak fishing. The flashing lights you see are the flashing headlight lamp I have on I always ride with my bike, on my bike, so cars can see me. They have no excuse, even though I wear bright colored clothing. You know, this car was making me nervous. I thought it was going to pull out in front of me. You see, this is marked the bike lane, so it's plenty wide. And now we turned into the Route 40 diner.
We are Route 40 diner. Best Greek omelet around.
There's Frank and Larry. I mean Larry and Ray.
You beat me again. Yeah, that's what electrons do for you.
We'll lock cars together.
Okay.
Here we are with our breakfast, and very filling. Now we're on our way. We're going to take Route 40 west to Route 72, and take that north toward Newark. And we have bike lanes. It is a busy road, though. This is probably the busiest ride that we do. And the real hazard on this ride is crossing Route 95. If you thought Salem Church Road was bad, wait till you see Route 72, which is coming up. Here, this is Route 72. This part has a shoulder. And this is fairly low. We're on this road for quite a while, maybe 4 or 5 miles. There is one hazardous railroad crossing where you have angled tracks. But other than that, it's not bad up until we lose the shoulder, the bike lane. Here's the railroad crossing. And you got to go out wide and then come back in so you hit it at the right angle. These would be treacherous if it was raining out. Probably didn't even take I should have taken a better angle on that. Okay, so they were coming up to this traffic light, and I think at this point we lose the shoulder. So Frank Warnock of First Aid Bikes did a little bit of a study on crossing 95, and I'll put a QR code here where you can see if you want to read about it. And there's basically
enough they can carve out a foot or two for cyclists.
Well, I'm not going to say anything.
But they don't do it.
Crazy. very safe, is it? Thank you, State of Delaware. Looks risky on the video, but it didn't feel that bad when I was doing that, riding to the right of the cars. Just letting them know I need my space. We're going to turn right up ahead into a neighborhood called Scottfield. This was just paved too. It could have given us another foot. Stupid. We just take this basically to Route 4 and head east on Route 4. This is the connector road to Route 4 coming out of Scottfield. You're turning right on Route 4, which has a nice shoulder. Okay, so here I'm going to make a left on 273. If I had to do this over again, I wouldn't go this way. I could have turned left off of Route 4 into a neighborhoods and took neighborhood roads. This was okay, but it's just, you know, there's too much traffic. It's probably a little shorter, but it's not worth it. And now I'm getting into the left turn lane. Turn left onto 273. This was a Saturday and there was a fair bit of traffic out. So now you have to deal with the on-ramp onto 273. But, you know, as I said, I had no trouble with cars today. No surprising. Now we're on 273 and we have to make a right turn onto Ruthar Drive. Then we're going to make a left onto Harmony Road and then a right into a development to get onto Old Harmony Road. So we made a left on Harmony Road, now we're turning right into a neighborhood. It says no outlet, but that's for cars. We're going to hop onto Old Harmony Road. See, I'm climbing a hill and the bike's rocking back and forth. And then we're going to, there's the flashing light from my headlamp. Now we're going to turn left onto Old Harmony Road and then go through onto a path which is then becomes
The original
Old Harmony Road.
And then they put a new one in, I guess. Wider lanes, newer bridge, over the creek. This has been abandoned. It used to go all the way up to Kirkwood Highway. It's fenced off now. But Frank told me there's a, and I saw it, there's a way to get off of it into Creekside development. So we'll look for that today. Okay, here's the old road.
The two ways we did it today were not the best, but this is pretty much in the center of the state all you got.
Not much left of it, is there? And this goes over the White Clay Creek. Beep beep. I'm sure she does. Is this Creekside right here?
Yeah.
Thank you. Kirkwood Highway, we're going to make a left. Okay, we're making a right turn on High Creek Road. We got a couple of jogs on this. High Creek on the right is a stocked trout stream. Well, the trout are gone by now. Now we're leaving the Piedmont of Delaware. The Kirkwood Highway south, you can ride all the way down to Florida and not hit a hill if you want. The only hills are the overpasses. In this direction, it's hilly all the way to Canada. So I live about 4 miles north of where the Piedmont begins, so I can either ride hilly or ride flat. A couple of cyclists up ahead. It's a nice ride. Nice road for cyclists. Wish they would block it down, make it local traffic only, and bicycles and pedestrians. They're pretty far ahead. I don't know if you can see them. Oh, they're not going up it. They must have made a right. High Creek Road jogs left here. Yep, they went to the right. There's a car behind me. I'm going to let him go around me. Yep, figured that's where he was going. normally not this much traffic during the week. I don't know why people feel they have to take this road and then go down Polly Drummond, which is what I do in the car. Polly Drummond's got a speed limit of 45. It's only 25 here if people adhere to the speed limit. 30, I'm sorry. Should be 25. I can go up this road during the week, not have a car pass me. Nice and cool in here. $85 degrees. It was over 90 in the open areas. You get reflection off the asphalt, heat off the asphalt as the sun heats it up. Which is the temperature you feel when you're on a bike, so it's legitimate. Now it's down to 84 degrees. Off to the right is the old Three Little Bakers golf course. It shut down around 12 years ago. A couple of ponds on there I used to fish. I think they got overfished. I don't think there's anything in them anymore, to be honest. See a sign here for a new development they're trying to put in. There's a lot of opposition. I don't know if they're ever going to get it to fly. We're almost out of here. Okay, this is taking a right turn on Route 72, which is the same 72 we turned onto from Route 40. If we had stayed on 72, it would have taken us into Newark. This is a lot longer than what we just did. We got one more hill, which is 11% grade. I'm not looking forward to it. Okay, turning into the neighborhood. Okay, made it home.